Hello everyone, my name is Brian P. Easton, author of the Autobiography of a Werewolf Hunter series, and your host for what we call Whiskey with the Werewolf Hunter.
There's no shame in being broken-hearted. Oh, I try to do more to fix my soul. I'm trying to be more than when I started. There's no path before me. There's no horror story that could ever keep my God from swinging low. People act a certain way in trial, different than they do.
Glad to have you back with us at the Werewolf Bar this evening for our November 2024 episode. The Christmas season rolls in next month, if we wait that long. And of course, after that, we're in a new year already. Anyway, we're pleased that you could stop off for a bit and have a drink with us. Speaking of which, we have neglected our Creature of the Night segment for the last several months, while we've kind of reassessed the kind of content we want to bring you. Now, I've said this before, but let me just say again that I am not a whiskey connoisseur or an expert, and I am not trying to promote or glamorize alcohol. Look, excessive alcohol use is a serious worldwide problem, and in the U.S., it's the #1 preventable cause of death, and it sends like 500 people every day into the jaws of the Great Death Bear. So, I don't mean to film a PSA here, but just to say, if you drink, be smart about it. Which brings me to the Creature of the Night and the whiskey that I love to be smart about. George Dickel. This is the signature recipe, which weighs in at about 90 proof, as opposed to their classic Old Number 8, which is their kind of a flagship black label brand, comparable to Jack Daniel's Old Number 7. Both of them being Tennessee whiskeys, which you may know is different than bourbon because of, primarily because of the charcoal filtering process. At any rate, I am a fan of Tennessee whiskey, and I'm on Team George. With no offense to Jack. For a few months now, on and off, we've been talking about music. I've discussed my Spotify playlist with you for the original trilogy and have shared that link, even featured a song or two from it. And we've been talking to author and musician Tom Brannan, who is been composing a soundtrack to the Autobiography of a Werewolf Hunter series. And we're going to have more of his work to share with you as time goes on and we move into 2025. But tonight I have something else to share with you in the musical vein. To set it up, let me just read the email as I received it. Mr. Easton, I'm a huge fan of all your Werewolf Hunter books and have read the first 3 several times. I have just started the first Winter Fox books. I know from your podcast you are not opposed to AI, so here is a link to a folder with songs created in tribute to your stories. And then it gives the link there. Please accept this as fan fiction in musical form, as they are not intended to infringe upon your copyright. Most of the lyrics I wrote or adjusted, and hope you like some of them. Some have different versions. If you do like some, maybe you will play one on your next podcast. Keep up the good work, and thank you for what you do. P.S. I hope you don't mind I used Woodsman's Ghost and another poem you wrote to make some of the songs. And that's Edward and Joe, well, I won't read the last name there. But This shared link was to a Google folder that probably has 25 to 30 different MP3 files in it. Now, I haven't had a chance to go through them all, but I have listened to a few. And I want to say, first off, I appreciate Edward and Joe's efforts and time here. Now, I considered just thanking them and leaving it at that, seeing as how AI is very controversial. And I certainly don't want to slight real musicians like Tom or musical artists in general. But since I've had other forms of AI on the show, and he asked me to share some if I liked it, I decided it wouldn't be too out of line to include a few. So Edward and Joe, thanks for the musical fan fiction, and here's a sample of what I've liked and listened to so far.
Spirits in the woods, smoke calling to me. Without my demons, just who would I be? In the darkness of my life, I share my soul with one ready to fight. A bloody trail follows in my wake. I don't care how much it will take. Fires of hatred burn right through my fear. Violence calls out, redemption is near. Dance with the Wendigo, make it see. Together we will fight until it sets me free. Forged in pain, I rise from the deep. In winter's death, my soul will keep. Rattlesnake warns me the battle has come. Horned owl cries out, grab your gun. The spirits stand with me as battle begins. Since when do I fear wrath for my sins? Every scar tells a story of pain. The sun dances made me over again. Allies with ghosts once haunting me. Through my violence I break free. Dance with the Wendigo, make it see. Together we will fight until it sets me free. Forged in pain, I rise from the deep. In winter's death, my soul will keep. Dance with the Wendigo, make it see. Together we will fight until it sets me free. Forged in pain, I rise from the deep. In winter's death, my soul will keep. In the half-light of this motel room, I think about their cold, shared tomb. I hear the echoes of a love now gone. In the silence, I can still hear her song. A cradle rocking on an empty floor, and the memories are haunting me more. But there's a fire seething in this heart of scars. I'll find the beast and make him pay for what was ours. The night is raw, and so are my open wounds.
So I'll ride the flames like an outlaw to the moon. I'm just a man with leather on my soul, riding through the ashes of a life that he stole. With fury like inferno, I'll cut right through the dark. It's just me and retribution, I'll leave my own mark. I'll wander streets where love won't die, with ghosts of joy now bitter as rye. The ghost of my son like a star gone cold, and the warmth of her touch will not be consoled. Around every corner I feel her breath. In the sterile dark I'm courting death. So I'll hunt them down, say a nose hanging low. For what they took from me, I'll travel it alone. I'm just a man with leather on my soul, riding through the ashes of a life that he stole. With fury like inferno, I'll cut right through the dark. It's just me and retribution, I'll leave my own mark. And the smoke will whisper secrets of vendetta yet to come. With the promise of that wrath, I'll chase a bloody path through the camp of the dead, where the pain's no longer bled. I'm just a man with leather on my soul, riding through the ashes of a life that he stole. With fury like inferno, I'll leave my reddened mark. It's just me and the blood feud, alone against the dark. Goodbye to the nights I'll never forget, and hello to a heart that's heavy with regret. With a whisper in the dark, I'll honor their names. Before the love I have lost, I'll never be the same. The hanging road is short, but I've made my choice. A new reason to live just found its voice.
In the chill of night, full moon aloft, through a haunted wood by an eerie croft, the woodsman tracks such moonlit floors as are whispered of in fireside lore. Whispers of woven and tales of wrath, of vengeance which hunts a bloody path, of hatred from which vengeance is born, within the darkness where nightmares form. His steps are quiet, his senses clear, a howl in the distance and a wicked sneer, a woven cry through forest steep that quickens its pace in shadows deep. In shadows deep, where moonlight chokes, the woodsman hunts its birchen oaks, into ancient woods where myths belong, to pursue that melancholy song. Their lineage, blood feud intertwined, he knows the rule of woven tide. Silver bullets and heart of scars, and great horned owl among the stars. With steady hand and steady breath, he takes his fight to the doors of death. He takes his aim, cold as dark, as howls resound, their echoes mark. A blast of light, a burst of thunder, the beast's black heart is rent asunder. Its silence at last has grown louder, in a curl of smoke and a whiff of powder. The woodsman was a man of strife, troubled by shades of a cursed life. Let night recede to breaking day, and the werewolf hunter fades away.
And of course, those were accompanied by some AI art to give them, keep them company and make them compatible for video. That last one that you heard was my poem, The Woodsman's Ghost, put to music. But there's some pretty good lyrics in there, I thought, on the other two that I didn't write. Obviously, original or customized material, as Edward and Joe said in their email. And as AI music goes, I've definitely heard worse. Once again, though, thanks for the tunes, you guys. And if you have something that you'd like to send, you'll find the email address in the links in the description below, where you will also find links to our Facebook Meta account, the official website, the YouTube channel, you're here right now, and of course the Amazon link where all my books and other werewolf hunting related materials reside. Now here's some of the titles that you can find there, presented in order of publication. How about that? Lots of goodies to consider for holiday gifts for the monster hunter on your list this year. The 5 books in the autobiography of a werewolf hunter series are available in hard copy, digital, and audiobook formats. And just in time for Christmas, we'll have Legends of the Werewolf Hunter Book 1 available for audio download as well. Basil will be recording Book 2 of that series next year. And in 2025, we're going to have some new digital art for the original trilogy to celebrate our 15th and 10th year anniversary with Permuted Press. And we'll have a sneak preview of those images next month on our December episode. And that's about all I've got for you this evening. Remember, we're slowly easing into a shorter format, and we eventually want to bring it to you weekly, but we're not quite there yet. Many thanks, though, for coming by the Werewolf Bar. Kindly like and subscribe on your way out. And until next month, I wish you happy Thanksgiving holiday, happy hunting, and mind the moon.